it. Yeah, man. So, the internet has been buzzing with basically two, two pieces of news from one person, which is Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott is, I mean, if obviously you don't know Ridley Scott by now, then you know, and you're out of the loop. Ridley Scott is first piece of news. Ridley Scott's Gladiator 2 first reactions are off the hook, man. People are calling it epic. And yeah, I honestly can't wait to see it, man. Uh, and I just like chose an article here that I thought, we could read. And yeah, man, let's get it. Gladiator 2 first reactions call Ridley Scott's sequel unhinged, deliciously cinematic and Machiavellian. They can't believe he pulled it off. I mean, it's Ridley Scott, man. Have you seen the dude's catalog? Even Ridley Scott's bad films are good. So, like Ridley Scott's bad films are some of the films that another director wished they could direct. So, yeah, man, let's get it. Are you not entertained? Because just about everyone who's seen Gladiator 2 is taking to social media in praise of Ridley Scott's highly anticipated sequel. Although at least one viewer argued that the follow-up is largely uneven, lacks the emotional punch of the first film, many of the first reactions to the film are raving about the epic Roman opera. Okay, it's like a huge ass thing here, so it'll be my backing music, man. Let's get it. Many of the first reactions of the film are raving about the epic Roman opera as well as buzzing about Oscar attention for Scott and star Denzel Washington following a special screening Friday on the Paramount lot. Are these people coming closer? What the hell's going on? Yo, man, this is loud. You know, unnecessarily so. You know, let's get it. At least I got some backing vocals for the day, man. Let's get it. Okay, I have to check the sound. Uh, yeah. So, yeah, man. Yeah. Following a special screening Friday on the Paramount lot, discussing film manager, managing editor Andrew J. Salazar might have been one of the most critical, but even he had good things to say about Scott's direction. Uh, Gladiator 2 works best as an acting showcase for Paul Mescal, Denzel Washington, and Joseph Quinn. Is largely uneven and lacks the emotional punch of the first film, wrote Salazar on X. However, Ridley Scott's direction is unhinged, framing this as an epic Roman opera. The visuals get the job done. So, it was like Joker. I hope this actually doesn't get released straight to um, Prime Video. I hope this gets released to theaters and I have a chance to see it on the big screen, you know. And I hope it makes bank. I don't know why Ridley Scott doesn't need any more hits in his career. Like he's done everything. But I just hope that this is actually a thing. I hope this is a good outing for him. Yeah. Who's this? Jillian Chillinger. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, people, we back. Sorry for the disruption. I had a bit of a network problem. Technical difficulties are becoming worse, but we move. When you're in the kitchen, the stove might not always work. Um, but you still gotta cook, and it gets hot in that kitchen. So yeah. Um, Yeah, where was I, man? Shit is knocked me off my flow. Where is it? Uh, Jadine Chilingarian, co-founder editor of Offscreen Central, called the movie a central triumph, an absolute triumph. Adding in the post, Ridley Scott places you in the action of the arena, centered on legacy and amping up the blood, battles, and biceps for something so deliciously cinematic and Machiavellian. Pedro Pascal, um, Paul Mescal, and Joseph Quinn are certified movie stars. Um, I don't know about okay, Joseph Quinn is quite good. Pedro Pascal is certified. He's 13 now, and Paul Mescal, everybody singing his praises. In another post, Chilingarian note Gladiator 2 is Hamlet as a Roman political opera, a brutal, bloody battle of power and corruption, with performances possessing an emotional weight of movie stardom. I can't believe Ridley pulled this off, and it is one of the few modern blockbusters that actually looks good visually. Film Speak host Griffin Schiller wrote, Ridley Scott returns to the Coliseum to prove to the world that he's still got it. Absolutely buzzing after Gladiator 2, an epic Shakespearean tale of hope, futility, and power within a crumbling system. Um, Denzel feasts in a show-stopping Machiavellian performance. Yeah, Gladiator 2 premieres November 15th internationally and November 22nd in the US and Canada, and stars Mescal as Lucius, who previously witnessed Maximus portrayed in the original by Russell Crowe. Maximus Decimus Meridius, parade, portrayed by original in the original by Russell Crowe, died at the hands of his uncle Commodus Phoenix in the Joaquin Phoenix in the first movie. Now an adult, Lucius is forced to enter the Colosseum and fight to return glory to the people of Rome. Yeah, that's kind of a confusing storyline because his uncle, he should be the bad guy, at all in this movie. But anyway, and the second piece of Ridley Scott news. Um, I'm sorry, people. Let me just get some. Okay. Okay, I'm not even sure how we are, man. I've totally lost where I was. Um, I honestly totally lost where I was, man. I'm trying to find it, but yeah, I have no idea where I was. I think we're talking about. I'm not even sure we are talking about Ridley Scott's thing. Ridley Scott's other feature. Where is it, man? Oh yeah, yeah. Where is it? Okay. No, this is not it. Yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I think that's probably all that we're gonna do today. Seeing as the networking problem. So yeah, one, Gladiator 2 is having some rave reviews, and honestly, people say that the people who watched it say that it's a mad film. It's crazy good. Storyline is a bit wonky. It's even like the log line kind of seems iffy, but really Scott just put all the sauce, all the spice into it, and it came out great. So yeah, um, there's probably two ways this film would make is gonna be a success, and that is if it wins Oscars. But I guess in this day and age, who cares about the Oscar awards? I care. A lot of people care. I'm just saying in terms of if it's not a successful, if it's not a financial success, and if it doesn't hit the zeitgeist, like if people aren't talking about it, and really to be honest, this is not getting that much buzz, man. I just hope it actually becomes a box office success and it's not released straight to um, Paramount Plus. I would not like that for this movie. It had a budget of 250 to 310 million dollars, which is mad, crazy, crazy, crazy. And Red Wagon Entertainment, Scott Free Productions, all of that shit. Where's it gonna be released? It looks like it's gonna be released in theaters, so that's good. So if it makes like 6 or 700, you know, it's a win. It's a W. And when last did we see um, Sword and Sand film? When last did we see a Sword and Sand film? Sword and Sand refers to these kind of films, and as the title says, sword because it's gladiator with swords, and sand meaning they're fighting in sands in the old days where paving and roads wasn't as prevalent as it is today. And yeah, let's just hope it's a good film, man. I think my voice is going a bit. Uh, yeah, the second news, Ridley Scott Alien. Ridley Scott is working on a new Alien film, people. Uh, I kind of think I lost where the article is. Let me just try and see where this article is, man. Ridley Scott is working on a new Alien movie, and as a fan, this dude, whoever, okay, so it's very okay. Let me just close all these articles. So just to be I'm trying to be quick here, Ridley Scott confirms another Alien film is in development. Sir, Ridley Scott has confirmed that another Alien is in development following the success of Alien Romulus this year. Alien Romulus made a mad amount of money, and you know, it gave us two things. Besides the fact that it has member berries and is like it has two things that people had a problem with. Member berries, meaning a lot of throwbacks to previous Alien films, and a lot of throwbacks to the director's previous film, which is like his best received film, the film that he's more synonymous with, if in Don't Breathe. Um, a lot of people have problems with that, but on the flip side of that, it had very good performances. David Johnson came like this was his breakout performance basically. If he became a star after this, I wouldn't be surprised. Uh, he Yeah, and the other one is that it was a good film. It was an excellent film, hands down. You can tell me otherwise. You could like your point of very few mistakes in this movie, very few moments. It might have been controversial that they used uh, this guy who passed away. Um, is his likeness to make the film this movie, but honestly, I don't mind, man. I don't mind. Um, Yeah, Ian Holm passed away. Excellent actor. Um, Passed away aged 88 in 2020. I don't even know that man. He's been one of those dudes. He's like in every movie. He's been in every movie. And anyway, yeah, man. They use his likeness, and that's caused a lot of controversy. I didn't even notice because it was done so well. Like it looked practical. The effect that was done. Um, oh shit! It was a practical effect. It was an animatronic head and torso. Hey man, yeah, it was an excellent film. I'm not gonna lie. So Ridley Scott basically said that he's going to be making another Alien film. You know, it only cost 80 million to make the Alien sequel, and even though it looks like it cost at least twice that, it cost only 18 million and it grossed 350 million, meaning box office success, meaning Fede Alvarez has another notch under his belt, especially after a lot of people felt that his career was a lot of let me say a lot of people who look at box office numbers would kind of say that his career tanked after this thing. It tanked after Evil Dead, and a lot of people kind of felt that his career was boosted because of it, because it became kind of a cult classic, because it revived a cult classic. A kind of a, I don't know what the word for it is, but yeah, it achieved that. Ridley Scott reveals a new Alien film is underway following Alien Romulus' success this year. Alien Romulus exceeded expectations, earning 350 million globally on an $18 million budget. Scott served as a guiding force for Fede Alvarez, leading to critical and box office acclaim. Details on the new Alien project are still under wraps. Um, I don't know, man. Like, I kind of feel at this point, because Fede Alvarez did such a good job with this, a lot of people. Okay, let me say a lot of people. I feel that if if Fede does a good job on this next one, I'm not reading the article. I'm just going on a tangent now. If Fede does a good job on the second one, if he keeps the budgets low, like if he tries to make the second one for 70 million at this time instead of 80, and it comes anywhere close to making the 350. Let's say it makes 250, and it was only made for 70, and if it makes 250, that would kind of be it would be a success box office wise. And I kind of feel Rodo Sayogas, who wrote this thing, who wrote it with him and directed Don't Breathe Part Two. You know, anyway, man, I kind of feel. On the other hand, I kind of feel they should get a trilogy, which would be cool, man. Because when last did we just get another director getting a trilogy based off another director's work? It's long. Like you could look at all of the other franchises who's done that. Um, Recently you could say I don't know if Zack Snyder in a way because he did direct Superman, Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice, and the Justice League film. Um, James Gunn did that, but James Gunn is probably the only one who had a legit. James Gunn is the only one who had a legit trilogy, and this thing, yeah, nice, just nice. Uh, James Gunn is the one who had a trilogy, and of course these guys who made Mad Bank with the Avengers Part One, Part Two, Endgame, Infinity War, Captain America, Winter Soldier, and Civil War. Um, I kind of guess all those one bled into each other. And what's this, man? Yeah, I can't really think of any others, man, besides this dude actually making a trilogy before he made his own trilogy, Peter Jackson. Um, yeah, this would be like one of those that actually gets the trilogy. I mean, Jurassic Park couldn't do it, but I think Colin Trevorrow should be directing the fourth one, and if he is, that would be like his trilogy. But it wouldn't be like it would be like a loose trilogy, I guess. Anyway, too much of a tangent. Even though, let me just finish this tangent. Let me land. Indiana Jones couldn't finish their trilogy because each of the successive films has been directed by someone else. And yeah, I think if Fede gets a trilogy, that'll be good, man. But let's get back into this article. I kind of feel like Ridley Scott is railroading the young man. He should carry on with his own career. I mean, Gladiator 2 just took off. Like, even though you could point out Napoleon was sort of a failure, hey, um, how much did Napoleon make? Yeah, Napoleon was a bomb, bro. It was a box office bomb. It only made like 220 million of $200 million budget. But anyway, let's get back into this article. Ridley Scott wants to go back into the Alien franchise because it's hot again, because it's cool again, and because Fede Alvarez made it cool again. This summer was good for Disney, and for the first time, we can credit that entirely almost to 20th Century Studios. The once called 20th Century Fox has been a weird place since the acquisition became official. It seemed like Disney didn't know what to do with half the studio, and for a while it looked like 20th Century would be relegated to nothing but direct to Hulu films, which seemed like a sad end to the studio with an extremely long and impressive legacy. However, Disney has moved away from streaming as the only way forward, and this 20th Century has been the most apparent studio to reap those benefits. From April to August, Disney had a film that did well, both commercially and critically, and all but one of them, Inside Out 2, was a 20th century film on some level. The first Omen was in April, The Kingdom of Planet of the Apes was in May, Deadpool and Wolverine was in July, which counts because it's a joint project with Marvel. And Alien Romulus was in August. And just to be clear, Marvel Disney owns both Marvel and 20th Century. Disney's Disney doing some weird stuff, man. Like, how can you own everything, bro? That's not cool. That's a monopoly. A monopoly is not cool. And I hope I don't. Hey, you can't cancel me, man. I barely have any subscribers. People barely watch my videos. Anyway, um, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Yes, yes, I believe. Anyway, man, Alien Romulus might be the biggest picture, might be the biggest surprise of all of them. The Alien franchise has been in a weird spot for a while now, and Prometheus and Alien Covenant have their die-hard defenders and fans. Hello, Bleeding Cool manager, editor. Uh, this thing, Mark Seaford. I'm also a fan. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a fan of Covenant and Prometheus. But they have had a harder time connecting with the audiences and critics. Romulus seemed to hit the mark more or less. What do you mean more or less? It hit the mark, bro. Like it's on. Ridley Scott said in an interview with the new Hollywood Report, with the Hollywood Reporter, that he saw himself more as a helpful guiding force for director Fred Alvarez. That seemed to work out well for everyone involved, to the tune of 350 million at the box office, on a budget of $80 million and an 80% critic score and 85% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. So it wasn't that surprising when during his